Have you ever wondered what it takes to turn a novel into a screenplay or a movie? That is exactly what is going to be discussed here today on the Story Do Show. Welcome, story lovers, to the Story Do Show with your host, Jared Dean Winchester, bringing you a new set of episodes for the month of June 2022. So let's get right into it. Now, this is not a trick question, and we know that there have been a significant amount of books that have been turned into screenplays and or movies, namely the Harry Potter franchise, the Twilight Saga, we have the Hunger Games, we also have Shadowhunters. If you don't know what these are, I would highly recommend you check them out. Now, moving to the topic is it easy for you, a screenwriter or a filmmaker, to adapt a novel into a screenplay or a movie? I say hell yes. And here's why. You see, in every novel, while the writer uses rosy language or uses descriptive language or using a lot of descriptions to describe anything and everything happening in a scene or in a chapter, in this case, because in a novel, chapters really are scenes. So, the important thing to figure out is the commercial viability and the potential for the novel. Don't just pick any novel. Pick something that really speaks to you and offers commercial value, viability to be exact, and the potential. What is the potential of that novel to make it into a movie, or what is it about that novel that it can be turned into a screenplay or a movie? There are a couple of other examples, or rather one other example that I can think of, and that would be the Percy Jackson franchise or series of books. Unfortunately, the filmmakers really did stop at book two, which is Percy Jackson and the Sea Monsters. Now, the important thing, apart from the commercial viability and the potential of the novel, you need to also have the ability or the skill to narrow down everything that's happening in the novel to its core story. As long as you remain true to the core story while adapting elements, changing elements of that novel, then you can either successfully or unsuccessfully adapt said novel into a screenplay or a movie. Now, I'm not here to be an expert on the subject. There are some novels that are stinkers. There are some novels that are great, and you'd be wondering why they have not been turned into movies or why nobody has bothered to write a script. based on them. But trust me, if you find such a gem, by all means, take the risk. If this is your aspiring moment, if you are an aspiring filmmaker or a storyteller or a creative practitioner or a screenwriter, by all means, I would recommend adapting a novel that has never been produced before, never been touched by the mainstream movie makers or mainstream scriptwriters. I would suggest that you take that and make that into a movie just to give you a little bit of experience and just to give you a little bit of a template on what next to write. If you do not have anything of value that you yourself can come up with, that is my recommendation. Use the novel, adapt a novel to get yourself back out there. Use your creativity to put something in that novel, adapt that novel, because it will also mean that you are giving the writer who wrote that novel a little bit of exposure. Just like J.K. Rowling had some exposure with the Harry Potter books. The difference there is the Harry Potter books already had a fan base. That's why it was so successful. But that does not mean you cannot adapt a novel. That does not mean your movie or your screenplay that is based on a novel can't be successful. So, if you are an aspiring screenwriter or a creative practitioner, such as a filmmaker, jump in, take the plunge, and adapt a novel to add to your portfolio. So, with that being said, this is Jared Dean Winchester, also known as the Story Dude. Please like, comment, and subscribe because I post anywhere between 2 to 3 episodes per month of the Story Dude show. So be sure to check them all out. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you around for a new installment of the Story Dude show. And until I see you again, don't forget to turn that page.